until the 22nd of March. And that's when we got confined to our cabins. Ship's captain was pretty good about keeping us updated. Just a lot of times he would come on, he said, I'm sorry. I don't have any news for you today.
The couple could not leave their cabin for 12 days.
So you had no fresh air, tiny cabin. What did you and your wife do?
Fortunately, they ran lots of movies.
Smith says he and his wife were able to stay calm on the ship, knowing those sick on board were in isolation.
I think the media in general had a lot to do with putting enough pressure on the government to resolve the issue. And as far as I know, I think everybody's off the ship and back home.
The Smiths were screened before they were taken back to their home in Ocala. They tell me they're doing fine and are staying at home. Jessica Albert, Fox 35 News.
A man who is no stranger to the law arrested again.
In the past, he was accused of impersonating police officers. You may remember Jeremy DeWitt. He was accused of pulling over drivers while doing funeral processions back in the fall. He has a total of 5 other charges of impersonating a police officer in both Orange and Osceola counties. This time, 40-year-old DeWitt was arrested for failing to register as a sex offender. And police are advising residents to avoid becoming victims of mail theft. DeLand police say the suspect is in a pickup truck and he took mail from multiple homes this month. The suspect is accused of taking checks and gift cards, typically early in the morning. Police want you to make sure that you have a secure mailbox. And hawks are dive bombing people here in Central Florida.
Fox 35's Valerie Boy has the story.
When Tanya Vitalik was walking her dog in Sand Lake Cove, she was suddenly attacked.
And it felt like a brick had hit the back of my head, and I got knocked to the ground.
But this wasn't your usual suspect. She says a hawk went right for her head. You can see the painful gashes.
I have about 4 scratches on my head, but at least they weren't as deep as other people have had.
She says around 15 of her neighbors have also been injured.
Like I feel something like brush my head, and then I look around and my dog was also we were both dumbfounded.
Dmitry Morozov says he too was attacked.
It was awesome and scary at the same time, but it was just kind of surprising, to say the least.
Surprising because even after he was injured,
my father also got attacked the day after I got attacked too. He also had a scratch on his head as well.
According to FWC, this is the time of year when hawks are nesting. They say the raptors dive at people who come too close.
Wildlife officers recommend trimming back branches so hawks can't perch on them. They also advise having an umbrella or hard hat to protect yourself.
People need to know that's the area to stay away from right now.
Walk a different direction when I'm walking my dog, go in a different path, and just wear a hat to protect my head this time.
Officers say the birds and their eggs are protected under federal and state law. In Orlando, Valerie Boy, Fox 35 News.